What is your American dream?
As Mexican immigrant, came over when I was 8 years old. My dream was to become a citizen, get married, have a home, have a wonderful career, and I've successfully achieved that dream.
Yes, I agree with all of that, but also to have a stable job and also purchase our first house, which we did, and we now own 2 cars, no more car payments, and we're striving, we're climbing that ladder.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday, February 23rd. It's Hump Day, Yo-Yo.
It is.
It is Hump Day. How you feeling today?
Humpy.
Are you feeling? Something just dropped to the floor.
Yep.
When I said Hump Day.
I'm not going to say what it is.
Something just went thud. I don't know.
I don't know.
That was weird. Royal blue shirt you got going today.
Yeah, I'm feeling very royal today.
Because I said, oh, you're wearing, he walked in and I said, oh, purple. He goes, what are you, my father?
Right, because my father would say something like that.
Yeah,
like,
he goes,
I like
no,
your green shirt.
This is royal blue.
This is royal blue.
Corduroy.
Corduroy, bringing the corduroy back.
I like it.
Yeah.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
I like it very much.
Thank you. You know, it was nice and warm today, so it was like, you know, it gave me spring vibes.
Did you wear it? You have a jacket.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, at nighttime, you know,
I did not wear a jacket today. This is it.
Uh-huh.
It was very warm today.
Well, it was very nice today.
Very nice day here in New York today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say hello to the squad.
Let's do it.
Stargirl Mika, squad up. Lisa Bling, how are you? Dip Fab, Cake Affairs. Christy Gonzalez, squad up. Kevin Clark, squad up. Wagwan. Jessica Limi, Joel Davis, squad up. And Sonia Farquharson Lawrence. It's my birthday.
Hey!
Happy birthday
What's up?
to
Happy
you.
birthday.
And welcome to being 21. Congratulations. Right? Mm-hmm. Whenever, I always wish everybody happy 21st birthday. Why not?
Yes, good.
Right?
Yes.
Everyone looks 21 to me. Denver South, squad up. How are you? Carol the Tiger, squad up. Elizabeth Francis with a roll call. And who else we got here? That's I said Carol the Tiger, right?
Yep.
Jessica Limi, double fisting. Denver Sal, how are you? Amos Opong Frimpong.
I like that. Amos Opong from Pong.
Can you say that fast? Amos Opong Frimpong.
Amos Opong from Pong.
Okay, we're good at it. All right, Folly Game, squad up. Oh, here's another tongue twister. Ahim Bis Bowie Fred. Just gonna call him Fred.
Yeah, Fred.
We're going to skip the first name. From now on, we're just saying, squad up, Fred. And Susie Kumac, how are you? And Ohainba Nasi. I'm so excited to hear your voice, Fred. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you very much.
Nice.
New Chandra, squad up as well. Yo-Yo, take it away. We got a big show.
Absolutely. All right, squad. You already know what time it is. It's time to share, share, share. Now, before you start sharing, remember, we need you to throw all your questions in the comment section right now. If you're not going to call, put in your questions right now so we can throw them in to the pile so we can ask them during social media check-in. If you're throwing them right now, it's more of a chance that you will get them answered. If you do it later on in the show, we cannot guarantee it. So throw your questions in the comment section right now. All right, and remember, like I said, share because we're about to start schmoozing, talking headlines, including recent data showing an uptick in migrants from nations like Russia, Ukraine, Turkey, and India at the U.S. Mexico border. And like Brad said, today is Wednesday, so that means we'll be celebrating the middle of the week, work week, with some Hump Day news, including a new dating app for Gen Z. I thought all dating apps were for Gen Z, but that means this is, you might be able to touch somebody through it.
I'm not Gen Z. I'm not on a dating app now, but I have been in the past. Okay. So that's not necessarily 100% true. Anyway, you can call the number scrolling on the bottom, 1-800, I am not on any now, 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to call to get on our show, 1-800-529-5465. And of course, you can always call +1 212 227 international if the 1-800 number does not work from your neck of the woods. Also, you got to know that telephone number is also the telephone number to call our office. The law offices of Spar Bernstein, who is the sponsor of Bradshaw Live. I am the president of Spar Bernstein, so it's one telephone number, both to call Spar and Bernstein and to get on our show, 1-800-529-5465 international, +1 212 227 And later in the show, we're going to hear the second part of Yonathan's discussion with Spar and Bernstein client Sally Jimenez, right?
Jimenez.
Yes. About her journey from the Philippines to Jordan to America and how the firm helped her and her family achieve the American dream. She is very emotional.
Yeah.
It's a very sad story, actually.
Very sad
true.
story.
And you ready to schmooze?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So there's been an uptick at the number of migrants at the border between Mexico and the United States. And you usually think in the past that migrants were basically, they were either going to be Mexicans or people from Central America. Mm-hmm. But recently, Department of Homeland Security is saying that they're seeing an uptick in people from Russia and Ukraine and Turkey and India getting caught at the border trying to enter without inspection. You know, for years it was Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador.
Right.
But what's going on now, 18 Russian migrants were discovered in two vehicles that collided in mid-December at a border office, as a border officer fired his gun to stop them from speeding through an inspection station in San Diego. More than 800 people from India have illegally crossed the U.S. Mexico border into Arizona in December.
Wow.
By the way, if you get caught crossing the border without inspection, you come across, Customs and Border Patrol, they're going to deport you. That is a deportation.
Right.
And people say, okay, I got deported, I'm going to try to come back in a few weeks. Mm-hmm. When you come back, and if you make it across a few weeks later, mm-hmm. you have now re-entered the United States after a prior removal and deportation. Mm-hmm. Not only is that now a crime in which you can go to jail, a felony, if you are now discovered in America, because you were fingerprinted.
Okay, I was about to ask, what's the process when they deport
you? get caught, you're fingerprinted.
You get fingerprinted, because I was like, if they don't have any ID.
Right, you're fingerprinted, you're sent home.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And you're sent back across the border, not sent home. No one's sending you back to Russia.
Right.
Okay. Then you say, okay, I'll try again. You try again 3-4 weeks later, maybe you make it. Mm-hmm. Okay. But now you have committed a crime. They fingerprinted you. You have been ordered deported at the border. You were sent back to Mexico. You're now back in the United States.
Whoa.
And what happens is this. People then come to me, say, Brad, help me. Well, you just came into the United States 4 weeks after you got previously removed. You have now reinstated your removal, first of all. Mm-hmm. So, and number two, if you go to file any papers with immigration and you show them that you are here in the United States, well, you've just admitted to a crime.
Yeah, so how do you deal with that?
You can't.
You can't take those type of clients.
You can't. There's nothing you can do. Wow. So people have to understand, if you are going to try to enter the country without inspection and you get caught and return, and you say, I'm going to try again, you are going to have an extraordinarily hard time if you do make it into the United States a second time without inspection. Mm-hmm. You are going to have an extraordinarily hard time, even almost an impossible time, to ever become legal.
Wow.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there was a report on January 21st at 4 p.m. And by the way, it's very dangerous to do as well. Mm-hmm. And people say, well, how is this now all of a sudden Russians, Ukrainians, Turkish, Indians? Well, you know what? The people who bring you across the border, the coyotes, it's a global economy. They know how to market now. Mm-hmm. So they're getting the word out.
Yeah.
You can come from anywhere in the world and we'll try to bring you over. Meanwhile, on January 21st, it was reported that 4 people, including an infant, had been found dead in freezing conditions along the United States-Canada border. Officials confirmed the identities of the 4 Indian nationals who died were Jagdish Patel, a 39-year-old man, Vashilabin Patel, his 37-year-old wife, Vahangi Patel, an 11-year-old girl, and Dharmeek Patel, a 3-year-old boy. And it was a family of 4 trying to cross the border.
Oh, man.
Investigators say that the family of 4 had attempted to cross on foot on January 19th during a severe winter weather, and they died based on exposure to the snow.
Oh, my God.
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police said they believe the family arrived in Canada on January 12th. They first reached Toronto and then tried to cross from Manitoba. Investigators have said that they believe the deaths are linked to human trafficking scheme. Meanwhile, 6 people running a travel and tourism company in the western state of Gujarat have been arrested in connection with their deaths. And police officials in India say the nexus of human trafficking runs deep, often involving local politicians too, all the way from India to Canada to the United States. And here's some good news for if you live in Massachusetts. Massachusetts House of Representatives just passed a law to allow driver's licenses to undocumented people living in Massachusetts. It has to pass the Senate in Massachusetts, which it's expected to do. The Senate is Democrat. It's expected to be signed by the governor of Massachusetts. Massachusetts is now going to join New York as another state.
Yeah. Is that the second one then?
There's other states as well, but New York is the most liberal. There's other states. They say you can get a license as an undocumented immigrant, but it's very difficult. New York, there's no questions asked. Now Massachusetts, no questions asked.
Okay.
And Massachusetts State Representative Andy Vargas says this is not a giveaway to undocumented people. This is a public safety bill. It's about making sure we keep all our communities safe, that we have drivers who are licensed.
I like that.
That go through the right process, and we have drivers who have insurance.
Yes.
God forbid they get into an accident.
Yes.
So this has nothing to do with rewarding or not rewarding. This has to do with public safety. And he happens to be right.
Absolutely.
Okay, people are going to drive no matter what. How many people come to me like, Brad, I have this international driver's license I'm driving on. Well, guess what? That's no good anyway. You're having an international driver's license is like driving with no license.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. You're going to get a ticket. You're going to get arrested for driving without a license.
Being from Southern California, LA in particular, we have a lot of undocumented people that drive illegally, and I've had friends and family that got into really bad accidents where they just fled because they don't have insurance, and that's like not okay. So I like this. I like the fact that they're like, hey, you can get the license, you can get the insurance, because we got to do it the right way.
That's right.
And it really hurts a lot of people, when you get into accidents and there's nothing you can do about it. So I like that.
So now Massachusetts is going to allow you to show 2 forms of ID, one of which has to be a valid foreign passport, though.
Okay.
All right. So that's good news for
That
people
is
in
really good.
Massachusetts.
I feel like that should be everywhere then.
It should be, but it's not.
With that type with that reasoning.
Because they're going to be here.
Because it protects us.
The undocumented immigrants are going to be here no matter what.
Right.
They're going to drive no matter what.
Right.
Especially in rural areas. Outside of New York City, to get anywhere, you got to get into a car.
Yeah.
Okay. So people are driving with or without licenses. They're driving with or without insurance. So at least this allows people to drive legally.
Yeah.
And get a license and prove to the state that you know how to drive, and also have insurance.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, from where we sit right now, Russia has put 190,000 troops.
Ooh.
They are ready to invade. According to the Pentagon today, the Russian military is all set to invade at any moment the country of Ukraine. Ukraine says they're going to fight back. They are now having a 30-day state of emergency in the Ukraine right now.
Yikes.
And Putin doesn't seem to be backing down, and the entire world is up against Vladimir Putin. There is absolutely nobody who is in favor of Vladimir Putin invading Ukraine. He talked to the Turkish Prime Minister Erdogan, who's also an authoritarian, thought maybe he can get Turkish support, and Erdogan told Putin today, you're making a big mistake, don't do it. Okay, so there's absolutely nobody. You know, I saw at the United Nations, I don't know his name, I don't remember his name, but the ambassador to Kenya said, you know, if you look at Africa, every country in Africa is, I'm paraphrasing what he said, is made up borders. It was made up by colonial powers. And they said, this is your border. And maybe across the border is somebody who could be my cousin, could be, you know, ethnically related to me by language or social customs or religion. So if Africa really wanted to, any country in Africa, they could say, these are all, this country is a made up country and it should become part of my country. But we all live with these borders, whether we like them or not,
Right.
because we have to respect the international community. These are the borders that we live with, and the past is the past and the present is the present. And I'm paraphrasing him. And that's really, you know, the argument to Putin. Whether you like the borders or not, this is what the world has come to in the last 70, 80 years. And we all live within these borders, whether we like it or not. Nobody goes and takes other countries and says, your country should now be part of my country.
Right.
It's not what we do in the 21st century. And whether you believe that, you know, Ukrainians have some sort of ethnic and cultural affiliation to Russia, and that's Putin's belief, but you ask Ukrainians, many don't. Many Ukrainians speak Russian, many Ukrainians speak Ukrainian, different language completely.
Right.
But certainly a majority of them don't want to be part of Russia. Why would you, to be honest with you? You know, if given the choice between being part of Russia or being part of the West, they all want to be part of the West.
Right.
So, so they have a right to self-determination. Putin doesn't like it. But I thought it was very interesting that the ambassador from Kenya stood up at the United Nations and he said all of Africa could say the same exact thing.
Right.
It's all made up borders by colonial powers, but we all live within these borders because otherwise we'd have chaos.
Right. That's true.
So we don't think about what the past was 100 years ago. We think about the current.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if Putin does invade Ukraine, and it looks like he's going to, I mean, you could have hundreds of thousands of people dead.
Yeah.
Millions of people fleeing. Where are they going to go? They're going to go into Poland, Romania, Slovakia, Western Europe.
That's not going to be good.
It's not going to be good at all. And what's at stake for the global economy? Higher gas prices, inflation. Russia does one thing. They have a lot of natural resources. So they supply a vast majority of gas and oil to Europe. So when Europe no longer purchases gas and oil from Russia, they can cause a problem to Europe and the United States. And they could raise the prices prices will go up at the gas pump. And inflation, which we're fighting right now because of COVID, will go up. And the one advantage that Putin has over the Western democracies and the United States of America is that we are a democracy. So when people start seeing rising gas prices, they can vote out their leaders and put other leaders in. So, you know, President Biden and, you know, and some of the other leaders in Europe, they have to be very careful on what sanctions to put on Russia to avoid having hyperinflation. They want to keep their jobs too. Putin, on the other hand, he doesn't have to worry about any voters. You know, inflation goes up in Russia, the economy goes down in Russia, he's still in power.
Right.
That's the one. It's the one advantage he's got.
Makes sense now why he just goes out and do what he wants to do.
Correct. And yesterday, a federal jury convicted the 3 people who killed Ahmad Arbery, Travis McMichael, his father Gregory McMichael, and the neighbor William Bryan. They were guilty of attempted kidnapping and found that the McMichaels guilty of 1 count each of brandishing or discharging a firearm during a violent crime. All of these convictions, civil rights violations of Ahmad Arbery, will have them sentenced to life in prison. They already have life in prison, but I guess it's, you still want justice to be served.
Right.
They now have 2 lives in prison. They will never see the light of day ever again. And God forbid the state conviction is overturned because of some technicality. You know they're still going to stay in prison because of this federal conviction.
Because of this. Okay. I was going to say, so, yeah.
So no matter what now.
No matter what.
No matter what, they ain't seeing the light of day ever again. And by the way, Arbery's death prompted the Georgia state legislators to significantly weaken a citizen's arrest law and to pass a state hate crime law.
Nice.
And this month, the legislature also passed a resolution declaring today, February 23rd, this is the 2-year anniversary of the killing of Ahmad Arbery in the state of Georgia. It is Ahmad Arbery Day.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And in a news conference, Attorney General Merrick Garland said he welcomed the verdict and reemphasized the United States Department of Justice's commitment to prosecuting these cases.
Nice. Okay.
Doesn't bring them back.
Doesn't.
That's the sad part of all of this.
It doesn't.
Yes.
Hopefully it teaches and it scares other racist people.
Mm-hmm. Puts them back in their basement.
Yeah.
The problem was they were in their basement.
And then I'm not gonna hold you. When Trump came, they felt like they could come out.
They felt they could come out of their basement.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're back in the basement. They can keep their views in their basement.
Right.
We don't need to see them. We don't need to hear from them. But they felt that they had, when Trump became president, they felt that they can come out publicly and do things.
It literally reminds me of the Emmett Till story, and I was watching it on Hulu and actually seeing it play out. They really had the state behind them. Like, you know, they knew that they would be okay after they committed these crimes. So, like I said, hopefully this state hate crime law will put them right back into the basement, because that's where they belong.
That's exactly where they belong. And here's some good news for women's rights in the workplace. After a 6-year fight over equal pay, the World Cup winning United States women's soccer team got $24 million in back pay because the women were paid less than the men.
And they were the better ones.
And they were the ones who were
They're the ones that are winning.
They were the ones who were winning the World Cup. When did you ever see the U.S. men's soccer team ever win anything?
I haven't.
Never. All right, but the women's team won, I don't even know how many World Cups, like a whole bunch.
We covered the event and spoke to a lot of people about this. So I'm happy to see that this happened.
And what's really interesting about the entire thing is that the women's soccer players sued.
These fierce women secured their 4th.
Oh, that's probably when I was doing it.
Oh, let's hear that. Okay, I didn't know that was happening. All right, let's hear. Be nice if someone told me that was going to happen. Okay. So it just happened by mistake.
Whoa. I was like, wait, I do remember that. I told you.
Okay. So, but now it's going to happen for real.
We can play it. Cool.
Oh, forget it.
Just kidding. Y'all, what is this?
This is like what?
It's April Fools.
They're punking us. They're like, you're going to play it. No, they're not going to play it. They're going to play it. Forget it. Just forget it.
No, but it was a great event.
These fierce women secured their 4th World Cup win in France, July 7th on Sunday.
Lord. is right. All right. So, nevertheless,
Congratulations.
Congratulations to
Yes, they
women's
deserve
soccer.
that.
All right,
They
I'm not-
deserve it.
we'll talk about it another time. All right. And by the way, shush to me already. Meanwhile, in coronavirus, the World Health Organization said the number of new coronavirus cases around the world fell 21%. In a guidance update, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced today that the ideal time between the first and second shot is now 8 weeks, up from 4 weeks. They say you get better protection after 8 weeks than 4 weeks. All right, you ready for some hump day?
Let's do it. Let
do
the
it.
camels out.
Yes. We have some camels?
It's hump day. It's hump day. It's hump day.
All right, so this new dating app, Yonathan.
Yes.
It's not Tinder. It's not Bumble. It's
Okay.
called Snack.
Snacks.
Yeah, like you're a snack,
Snacking.
right? Isn't that like what the Gen Z?
yeah.
right?
Like I'm a whole meal.
You're like a whole
It's
meal,
like,
right?
ooh, that's you a snack.
but
And
they
I'm like,
only
oh,
allow
okay.
35 and under.
Whoa.
And what it is that you can now put a little video of yourself. The Snack CEO Kim Kaplan spent 10 years optimizing, marketing this product, and it strips away everything everyone didn't like about dating apps.
Okay, so
What
like
didn't you like
I was
about
to
dating
say,
apps?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I like to know the person's name, what they
Right.
do, where they're from, how tall they are. I like that information. But according to CEO Kim Kaplan, nobody else likes that information.
Oh, okay.
She should know.
So I want to know, like,
She
what's the
knows.
difference now?
Well,
because Gen Z is like from 10
Well,
to 25.
Yeah, all this
years
does
old,
is
really.
show the person's name, their age, their location, and a few hashtag interests, and some personal videos. So you make a video like a TikTok video.
But you could do that on the other ones.
You can do, yeah, but this video prompts like, show me how tall you are compared to other objects in your room, and they're designed to capture your information and interest. Then the algorithm works to identify video elements like skiing, dogs, and yes, fishing to learn what you like and to surface.
Oh,
more
so
compatible
I
matches.
guess like incorporating algorithm and like hashtagging, like now you can just like click the hashtag and see everybody who likes, dogs, or everybody who's tall. I guess
the idea is, according to Kaplan, that even watching a video, even for a few seconds, forces you to be more intentional about the decision you're making on whether you want to meet this person versus just swiping on a photo. Okay. Makes sense to me. Curated photos get stale. Gen Zers constantly update their feeds and share their experiences.
Oh, okay.
So Kaplan explains the type of content says more about who they are than a few old pictures.
So it's just like an Instagram.
It's basically a
but
TikTok video.
No, it's a
TikTok
TikTok
video of
app.
you. It's a TikTok video of you, 15-second video of you being you.
Got you.
And you can then decide whether you like the person. Or
Okay.
not. Okay, maybe.
That's cool.
Maybe.
But we can't get on it.
I'm not. Well, I'm over 35. I don't have. I've got all. I'm all gray now.
I'm not looking for anyone 25 years old. So.
Meanwhile, a new study published in Social, Psychological, and Personality Science, Yo-Yo, tell me if you think this is true, that couples say that men are more entitled to an orgasm than a woman.
Men are more entitled?
Yes. According to the study, men are generally perceived as being more entitled to orgasms and sexual pleasure than women.
I don't agree with that.
I kind of, because when does sex end? It usually ends when
I don't agree with that.
the man finishes, no?
But that's why it shouldn't. That's why they're not. They shouldn't be more entitled. The
Right.
women barely finish. They're always faking the orgasm, or they barely get an orgasm. So I think that they're more entitled. They stay home. They cook. They clean. They get tired. They take care of the kids. Like what? Please the woman.
Well, according to the study's authors, the male privilege pervades in so many areas of our lives: social, economic, institutional, cultural. It also plays out in the bedroom. The participants in the study indicated that men were more likely to be the receiver of pleasure, and women are more likely to be the provider.
So what?
Yes.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
In
agree
another
with that.
questionnaire, researchers asked 151 people, please think of a sexual encounter between a woman and a man. Imagine that only one of them could have an orgasm. Who should it be? And
I would say the woman should.
66% picked the man.
No.
Well,
what?
you are a pleaser, Yonathan.
Yeah, I mean, you
You're a
should be.
pleaser.
Like, the woman
Yeah.
does so much for you. Like, when you come home, they get you your slippers, they massage your feet. Now you gotta, you ain't a sex slave. Like, dang, help out the woman,
Well,
too.
The reason why they said this, okay, because they asked the respondents also to give their reasons why they say this.
Okay, I want to know
And the
reasons.
respondents said the most common themes of the respondents who were saying men over women was that men can orgasm more easily, whereas women's orgasm means work. Men are in control, entitlement, or deserving. Those were the terms.
To me,
they used.
that would be the reason why the woman is more entitled, because it's harder for them to do it, meaning they don't get it that much. So if they don't, then I feel like they should. We should make sure that they do.
What about this statement? Therapist Kimberly Resnick, when interviewed about this study, said thousands of her male clients that she speaks to feel they have not even had sex if they don't have an orgasm. Sex didn't even count. Didn't even happen.
Exactly.
And most women feel they had sex whether they did or not.
Yeah, but having sex and orgasm, they're two different things. You know what I mean? Of course, a woman feels like she had sex if she just had sex and didn't orgasm. I don't agree with that, y'all. I don't agree with it. Sorry.
Yo-yo's a pleaser.
Yeah, when
like
it comes
to please your woman.
Yeah, you should. I feel like they
Right.
deserve that.
Well,
At least that.
Now Yo-Yo's gonna get hit up in his DMs all night now after this show.
No. But I feel like it's already a man's world. So like you throwing that in there too is like,
Yo-Yo's
I'm
getting
more
hit up.
entitled.
Yo-Yo's gonna get like 30 women going, hey Yo-Yo, what are you doing tonight?
Okay, but Sonia's saying most women want to please their partner.
Of
so
course.
okay.
But I think if you love the person, you always want to please them. That would be my
Yeah.
opinion. If it's just like it depends what the situation is. To me, I'm not talking about myself. I'm just talking about general attitudes. Would be that if it's just a hookup, then you just want to please yourself.
Right.
But if you're
course.
in love with the person, you want to please the other person.
Yeah.
Right. I guess.
I want to know who.
They didn't interview us.
Right.
For the survey. I didn't take the survey.
Oh man.
Yeah. And did you see this Finnish skier in the Chinese Olympics? It was so cold during the race that his penis froze. It's a true story. That's crazy.
God.
Remy Lindholm, 24, skier from Finland. He suffered from unbearable pain. We hate to laugh at his pain. After his penis froze. That was him, though. Come on. That's not him. But that's probably what his penis looked like. It froze after competing in the 50-kilometer cross-country ski race. Don't you wear like underwear or something? And
you should have some kind of protective gear.
Some kind of protection? I never heard of it. I've been out in the cold, all right? My feet, I froze my feet off.
My
toes, my ears,
fingers,
my nose, my fingers. I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
I've never been in the cold and said, damn, my penis is cold.
But
you're also wearing undergarments.
But not only that, we've also not been going however many freaking miles per hour against the wind while, we're kind of just standing. We're standing there and our stuff gets frozen. These people are like going through freaking wind.
He said after his body parts started to warm up after the race, that's when the pain.
That's when the pain starts. That's when it really hurts. Because I remember, look, there it goes, frozen bananas.
And let me tell you something. You know what? It's not like he won the gold medal and he froze his penis off for the gold. Guy came in 28th place.
Does none of
the 28th place and he froze.
Damn.
Come on, man, I don't know if I would take 28th place.
Hell no, not for that.
I think I'd quit.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, and one thing you're like, well, I got the gold medal. I froze my penis off, but I got the gold medal.
Right. At least that. Dang.
Oh man.
Because that's when it really hurts. When it starts to warm up. I've had I felt like I had frostbite before on my fingers and my toes. And I remember when I was on the train and it finally started to warm up. That's when it really hurts. It hurts. So I can't even imagine. I would feel like that guy.
And by the way, an epilogue to this. Okay, it was not the first time he ever froze his penis off. He had a similar situation a year ago.
Okay.
So he's used to this.
He has a very sensitive man part.
He must.
Because nobody else says this.
Right, and he says he's okay now. He was pictured at the Helsinki airport giving a thumbs up about his mental health and his physical health and his frozen bananas. That's ridiculous. That he comes at 28th.
I wouldn't have even said the story.
Oh my gosh. All right. And of course we can't end Hump Day without a story about a man dating multiple women. All right, we seem to have that story every week here.
We do.
Roy Graff, he's in a Polyamorous relationship. It means more than one partner. Mm-hmm. This is what he says about his relationship. Yo, tell me if you approve of this.
Oh, he has 3 girls.
I don't know if that's not him.
That's not him, but
right, but that could be him. That could be him.
Yeah, him. Mm-hmm.
This is him. Yeah, Joe Stud.
Okay.
There he is right there. Look at
But
him.
he is dating 3 women.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He has a beard like me.
Yeah. So you could date 3 women.
I would never date 3 women at the same time. You want to know why I would never date 3 women at the same time? Too much pressure. It's too much pressure.
And it's tiring. All that money you spend
it's
into.
Too much pressure to deal with too many people. I just got to focus on one person.
I couldn't do it.
I can't do it. Even when I wanted to be a player, I can't be a player because it's too much pressure to multiple women. Mm-hmm. Just one person. That's it.
That's it.
So let me tell you what he says, this player.
Right, yeah,
he's a player.
Player.
He says, I don't have a primary relationship where I want to live with someone. I have multiple relationships that I practice in parallel. Basically, he's a cheater. Is this basically it? No. He's not a cheater because he says all the women know about it.
Okay.
So they're cool with it.
Yeah.
They're cool with it.
That's all that matters.
Now, I wonder if the other women have multiple men. So it could be more than, because if that's the case, he's not dating 3 women, he's dating 3 women and 9 men.
No, but he's not dating them. He's only dating them if he agrees to bring them into their relationship. He's dating the 3 women. That's it.
I don't know. Now, he claims that they all practice lots of transparency and honesty. They all make sure they have safe sex.
I don't believe all that.
All right. So, wait, we have more about Roy and the partners. Okay. He says one of them doesn't have any other partners, while the other 2 has some few casual connections. So, all right. So the women are doing the same. Good for them.
That's wild to me, though. It's like if they're your partner, I couldn't even imagine just being like, it's okay, go ahead and do your thing with anybody else you want to do. That's wild. It's wild to me. But, to each his own.
And Roy said, and he had 2 long-term partners, both of whom he's been seeing for around 3 years. They live separately, but the 2 partners and Roy, at least 2 out of the 3, all lived together during COVID. So they were a throuple during COVID.
Yes.
He said, we were worried about not being able to see each other. It wasn't easy as we didn't have much space of privacy, but it worked for around 6 or 8 weeks. How did they sleep? Did they all sleep in one bed?
I'm sure.
Or the women in 2 different rooms? And he goes back and forth?
We don't know the logistics.
Does he sleep with 1 till 3 in the morning and then go to the other bed from 3 to 6?
Yeah, listen.
Let me see this guy again. Is he smiling? Is he happy?
That's not him.
That's not him. But that guy looks very happy.
I'm sure he's happy.
Does this guy look happy?
He looks like he's trying to be cool.
You know what he looks like to me? Tired. This guy,
I'm sure he
looks
is.
really, really tired.
I'm sure he is.
That's what he looks like. Now, he said he was married before, but marriage didn't work for him. And I'm going to quote one more quote from Roy.
Okay.
Just because we're dating, they're not obliged to give me their time or affection. I would spend 2 nights a week with each one, have a couple of nights to myself, and then we'd get together one night to watch a film or something like that. We're all quite independent. Basically, these are just women he hooks up with.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call this practicing polyamorous relationship.
Gosh.
Just women he hooks up with, and they all know it's casual.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it seems like.
That's what it seems like. Why?
Because it doesn't seem like he has any type of like emotional connection with them like that, you know.
I'm just telling you, this guy looks exhausted.
He probably is.
This guy looks absolutely exhausted. All right, that is our Hump Day, Yo-Yo.
All right.
All right. In this edition of TikTok Time, I answer questions about unemployment, finances, international students, and green cards. Let's watch. For affidavit of support requirements, your unemployment insurance does count towards income, but that will ultimately end at some point. They're probably going to require a job letter, and if you don't have one, you probably need a second affidavit of support. Good luck. There is no fiancé visa for green card holders, unfortunately. You would have to go to where your fiancé is or a third country, marry her, file an I-130, and she would be in the F2A category, about 2 to 3 year wait. Good luck. Most international students get optional practical training. If they are STEM, that gets for several years. Then they get sponsored in an H-1B and then sponsored in a job. And many fall in love during this process and get married. That's how you stay. You do not need to renew your green card in order to file for your citizenship. Just because your green card expired doesn't mean you're not a lawful permanent resident of the United States. If you don't need your green card to prove you're a resident, just file your citizenship. Good luck. All right, you ready for some meat and potatoes? Let's eat some meat and potatoes or take some immigration questions or something. All right, Maria. I'm not sure where Maria's from. Maria, how are you? What's your question?
Hi. I'm good. How about you?
Good. What is your question, ma'am?
So basically, I don't have a question. I just want to thank you for all the work that you did because I had a complicated case for abuse waiver, and I called you, made me feel so calm in the consultation. So I just want to thank you for all the work that you did and that my green card got approved. So I just called to thank you.
Congratulations! That's wonderful news. Congratulations. When did you get your green card?
Oh, so it was approved, so I'm just waiting for it. I'll probably get it next week. But I just
fabulous.
got the
When did you get the
letter.
approval?
It was like 3 or 4 days ago.
Wow, was that like when you got the notice? How did you feel were you shaking? Were you crying? Were you jumping up and down?
I was jumping up and down because remember I called you a while ago. I talked to you about the abuse case and made me feel so calm. And you said you didn't do nothing wrong. If I'm your lawyer, you're gonna get approved. And I did, and you made me feel like confident because I was crying when I called you.
Right.
And you calmed me down.
Thank you.
And then I started the case with you guys, and then I got approved. So I'm just calling to thank you, especially you, because you gave me confidence when I was desperate. So I got it approved for the I-751, the removal condition.
That's amazing. Congratulations. And thank you very much for your kind words, but I'm really happy for you that it all worked out. You know, when I do my consultations, I always have my magic 8-ball with me. So I always ask the magic 8-ball, you know, will the person get through? I'm only kidding. I don't ask the magic 8-ball in a consultation. I'm making a joke.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it did all work out. I'm glad that I was able to help you. I was able to keep you calm through the process, that you felt confident, and not only, you know, obviously I talked the talk, I walked the walk, and we got you through. So congratulations to you. I'm very
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and I appreciate all the work your team did for me.
Thank you. Spread the word. I appreciate
Thank you.
it. That's a lovely story, right? Always like to hear stuff like that. Okay, Sita in Newport News, Virginia. Sita.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Dad. How are you? I'm good. Thank you.
What's going on? How can I help you?
Hey, actually, in the year 2011, me and my husband has the charges of the retail theft. in the Pennsylvania under 1,000, which is resolved now and expunged. And in the year 2016, my I-140D got approved. But I really scared, like, if
When you
these
say
could
you
be...
had retail theft and it got expunged, tell me what that really... Did you plead guilty to something?
I don't know. We got harassed a lot. I was new to the country in United States, and they said that their cameras. It was happened in the JC Penney, and I was pregnant that time, and they pushed us a lot to sign the paper, and we did that. So they proved us, even though we discussed to our lawyer, can we go for the no guilty? They said that you cannot because you already signed the paper, and I was not. I think something happened, and we signed the paper.
I need to see what you pled guilty to before I tell you. I still don't know what you pled guilty to, if anything. We accepted the charges, what they said that. So that's why they proven us that we are guilty, yes. You were guilty of retail theft?
Yeah.
In what state was
this? For the retail theft. It was cosmetic and those kind of stuff, which is under 1,000.
What state was this?
It's a Pennsylvania.
And was this a misdemeanor? What did you plead guilty to?
I don't know, but
okay,
it's
so
misdemeanor.
is this the only time you've ever been arrested in your life?
No, this is the first and last. That's it.
Okay, so this is the only time Is this the only time you've been arrested in your life? You wrote no. That you said no. This is it. So is it no? You were arrested more often, or no? This is the only time you've ever been arrested.
No. This is the only time. I just arrested.
So this is the situation. So this is the situation.
I just for it just 15 minutes,
have to listen to me. This is the situation, okay?
Yes, sir.
You don't know what you pled guilty to. If you don't know what you pled guilty to, there's no way I would know what you pled guilty to. I can tell you that generally speaking, when you plead guilty to small, shoplifting type of offenses, those are generally misdemeanors. Misdemeanors in which you don't go to jail generally are petty offenses. I did not. Generally, I did not. You have to listen to me, Sita, so if you're going to talk over me, I'll never help you. And generally, if it's a petty offense and it's one time, you should be okay. But you don't know what you pled guilty to, I don't. So I'm giving you general advice. I'm not giving you specific advice to you. So what I would suggest you do, and you stop talking over me, what I would suggest you do is hold on and let's have a consultation. You'll send me your criminal records and then we can confirm everything. What I would never, ever, ever file anything with immigration when you have a criminal arrest and you don't know what it is and what the consequences are. So hold on one second, okay? Let's go to Francis in the Bronx. Francis in the Bronx. Hi.
Hello, Brad.
How are you?
Hi. Okay. Fast forward. I overstayed, so I was issued NTA, and I went to court. The judge sent the case to process I-130. No, my I-130 has been approved, and
you got married. You're breaking up. Francis, you're breaking up.
I don't know when to wait.
Francis, stop. You're breaking up.
Hello, Brad?
Now I hear you. Start again. You're in removal. You have an I-130 filed, presumably by your wife, and what happened?
Yes, it has been approved after interview with USCIS. Now, I have filed with the court for I-485. And I don't know when to wait because the judge must start.
Francis, you're breaking up again. What is your question?
Hello, Brad?
Francis, what's your question?
Okay, my question. So, with an approval of I-130 and...
Francis, you're breaking up, but I got the gist. Francis, zip it now. Francis, I don't hear you.
Should I wait for
Francis doesn't even listen to me. Do you hear Francis? No. This is what Francis sounds like.
Hello?
He's underwater. Francis.
Hello?
Francis.
Yeah. Hello?
Stop. You've wasted 2 minutes already. I'm going to give you an answer. I already know your situation. Okay?
Okay.
You're in removal.
Yes.
You're in removal, and
Yes.
you have the visa petition approved by your spouse. You filed
Yes.
the adjustment with the judge. You want to know when you're going to get your green card. The judge
Yes.
has to schedule you for an individual hearing. That's when you get your green card. When is your individual hearing?
For now, I don't have any date for individual hearing because I have another date for master calendar.
So at the next master calendar, the judge will either schedule an individual hearing or terminate your proceedings and transfer your case to immigration to complete the case. One or the other.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's like underwater.
Wow, you still got it though.
I got it. Imagine I do the whole show. Okay.
They're not as good as you. They won't understand.
Yeah. Trezor in Washington, D.C.
Hi, Brian. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I have a few questions for you.
What?
The first question is that I want to know what is the exact fee to file for the travel document when you are being granted asylum.
$585.
Because, say again?
$585. I think. If you're asking me what the filing fee is, I'm never good with filing fees, but I'm pretty sure it's an I-131 is the advance parole, and I believe it's $585. I could look it up for you. 1 second.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I don't want to be wrong and tell you the wrong thing. Filing fee I-131. $575. I was off $10. $575.
Oh, $575.
Yes.
Okay, right. So now the second question. Sorry, my son is crying in the background. Yeah. My second question is that what would you advise somebody to do if you have your green card application has been pending for a long time?
Depends who sponsored you and why it's pending.
No, it was through asylum approval.
Okay,
so I was
so you're
granted.
talking about you have an adjustment pending.
Yes, so I was granted, and then I
Okay,
applied
how
for
long has your adjustment application been pending?
a year already.
1 year? I would
Yes.
tell you just to relax and wait. If you still don't have your green card interview after 2 years, at that point, I would threaten a mandamus or file a mandamus, but you're not at that point yet.
But actually, I'm not supposed to go through the interview because I'm filing from because I was approved. I was approved for my asylum interview.
But whether you go for an interview or not, 1 year is not egregious enough, because of COVID and everything, on an asylum adjustment that you're gonna prevail on a mandamus. After 2 years, absolutely. That's
Okay, my last question, if you don't mind, is if you are granted asylum, can you make a passport from another country other than your citizen, your country of citizenship?
If you can be once you get your green card, I would not get citizenship in another country because you told in your asylum case that there's nowhere in the world who can take you. And then if all of a sudden you can get citizenship in another country, it can cause an issue with you becoming a citizen for the United States of America. I would not do that.
Okay, so I can only get that after I got my U.S. citizenship. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Let's go to Andrea in Baltimore.
Hi, Bart. Good night.
Good night. How are you?
I'm good. So I have a question. I'm on a conditional green card, which expires in December. However, my marriage has broken up, so I'm not sure what to do.
Did you and your husband live together for some period of time after you got your green card?
Yes.
Okay. And
we live together. He has been unfaithful, and he got a child outside of the marriage.
All right. So what you're going to do tomorrow, you live in Baltimore, is you're going to contact a divorce attorney in Maryland. Mm-hmm. You're going to start a divorce.
Okay.
And in October, late September, October, 90 days before the expiration of your green card, you're going to file to remove the conditions, the I-751, based on a waiver of the joint requirement for your husband to sign the papers too. So you're going to ask for a waiver of that, so you're only going to sign. And the waiver is based on the fact that you are divorced or are currently pending divorce, and you can prove, despite the divorce, you can prove that it was a real marriage. So you're going to remove the conditions, prove it's a real marriage, and in order to do that, you need to be divorced, and then you can do it on your own.
Okay. I have another question. We have signed, I have two kids, one in America here, one in Jamaica. He had signed the I-485 and the I-130 for them. I don't know, will that be a problem? Because I've already submitted those documents to USIS, and I got my receipt.
Well, if you're getting divorced, it's going to be a problem unless he wants to complete the case because he has an independent relationship with the kids. Does he want to complete the case? Whether you get divorced or not, does he want to complete the case?
Yes.
Okay, but so as long as he's willing to complete the case, you would still, kids would get through. But for you, if you don't get divorced, you're going to get deported.
Okay.
You need help. Hold on. Han in Brooklyn.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Yes, Brad. I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
I put in I-130 petition for my two sons. They overstay. I'm a green card holder, but they're out of status. And I'm on Medicaid. Would it be a public charge for me?
Not anymore.
Also, I can use the Medicaid even though I'm applying for their I-130.
Yes.
And I got my social in December, and I want to know when I could file tax as an independent contractor. I got my social December gone, but somebody told me that I could do it quarterly.
I'm not a tax expert, but if you're filing as an independent contractor, you should be filing quarterly taxes, estimated taxes.
So I could file before this tax season is up, right?
You're supposed to file quarterly. So in other words, for 2022, you file January to March, you file your estimated taxes, March to June, whatever the quarterlies are. But I'm not a tax expert. I've just told you everything I know.
You said the Medicaid won't be a public charge, right?
I already answered that, correct.
Thank you very much, Brad. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you. Nicole in Springfield, Missouri.
Yes, Brad.
How are you?
I have a question to ask.
Yes.
So my mom petitioned for me, and I already get the biometric. But my question is, do I have to go home to pick up the package back home? Can I put in a change of status?
Well, okay, let me ask you this question. Your mom, what do you mean your mom put in the biometrics? I don't know what that means.
No. My mom put in the paperwork for me.
Okay. You're over 21. When did your mom put in the paperwork for you?
About 12 years ago.
Okay, and what is your status here in the United States right now?
I'm out of status right now.
Oh, okay. And your mom's a citizen or a resident?
A citizen.
When did you come to the United States?
2010.
When did your mom, I know she's a citizen now, when did she get her green card?
Long before I come here.
80s, 90s?
I don't remember when, but I think long before I get here.
Who sponsored her?
She married.
A citizen or a resident?
American citizen.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're grandfathered under 245I. You would have to do a provisional waiver, go home, and come back.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Lisa in Navarre, Florida. Lisa.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Brad. This is Lisa Irvin.
How are you,
Lisa Herbert Irvin. I have a question.
Sure.
My husband filed for an adjustment of status for me in November 2020, along with a I-130 petition for my minor son of 11-year-old.
Where's he?
Now, yes.
Where's your son?
Now, pardon me?
Where is your son?
He's in Jamaica.
Understood. Now, what's the problem?
Now, I have already received my green card and my case is completed, but I haven't received any answers since the last time I filed, and they sent me the receipt number, so they have received my petition and it's in processing. But I haven't get any news about my son. I want to I
When
want
did your
30
husband file for your son?
November, the 2nd of November, 2020.
All right. So we're now about 18 months into the case.
Yes.
December, January, February, March, April. If by June or July you still don't have an answer, I would think about a mandamus at that point where you threaten the government to sue them to get an approval.
Yes.
In the meantime, what I would do is where is your son living right now?
He's living in Jamaica with my mother.
Okay. Is your mother elderly? Is she able to take care of him?
Well, she's a little bit elderly, and she's kind of have a problem with her eyesight because she has the diabetes real bad.
All right. So you need to make the best case that your mother's not able, without lying, obviously, you have to tell the truth.
Yes.
Your mother, because of her eyesight, whatever, having trouble taking care of the child, he needs his mother, whatever, you got to make your best case and request an expedite based on humanitarian reasons.
Okay, request an expedite.
Right, that's what
How would I do
now.
that?
That's what I would do now. And if you not successful, then sometime over the summer, think about a mandamus.
Okay, then.
All right.
I could call you back to do that. How much will that cost by you?
Hold on 1 second, all right?
Okay.
Let's go to Bella in Philadelphia. Hi, Bella.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, and you? Hi, Brad.
What's going on?
I was calling because I've been approved my I-30 since 2014. And I have withholding of deportation in New York. And they just, I've been filing like 6 times for the waiver to get a court, but they've been denying since 2015. This year, we just filed it last year. On 2021.
Is this I-130 based on marriage?
Marriage, yeah.
Okay.
And I got 3 kids by him.
So you're not filing a waiver. You're trying to make a motion to reopen. Sounds like you've been ordered deported, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're making a motion to reopen your case. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I've been making that, tried it since 2015. But
okay. Now is a good time. Now is a good time to do it.
Yeah, I did it last year.
I don't know what
and they give me a court day on last month. I mean this month.
Great, congratulations.
But I just checked and they say it's no longer court day on this hearing. They just cancel it, I guess.
I don't know what's going on, but you made a motion to reopen. At least it got granted this time. It sounds like you need a good lawyer to guide you moving forward. Hold on, but I don't know why it was canceled.
It's not canceled, but they just said I was checking online.
It was you had a date, and they said
I have a date on the 17th.
And that date you now saying not to show up. We're going to schedule again.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
1 week before the 17th, I was checking.
Maybe they're overworked. I don't know. Hold on. Let's go to Nata in Woodland, California.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, I have a question, please.
Yes.
I'm in the process of removal, and I have my daughter is a U.S. citizen, and she filed for me I-130 and I-485. So the I-130 was approved, so they denied the I-485. So I'm asking, and my case is still pending.
Why did they deny the I-485?
That I have to go in front of the judge.
Why was your I-485 denied? Do you know why? The reason?
Because I'm in the process of removal.
Oh, because you already. I understand. They didn't deny the I-485. They administratively closed the I-485 and said the judge has to adjudicate it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is your question?
So when I check online, they say they are still reviewing my case because afterward they send me a letter for biometric. So I went and do the biometric after the refusal. So now it's still they are saying.
Do you have a date before the judge? It's the judge who has to deal with this now. Do you have a date before the judge?
Okay.
You
So
have a date. I'm asking
I
you a
will-
question. Not that doesn't. The question was yes or no, not okay. Do you have a date before the judge?
Not yet, sir. Not
Okay.
yet.
So that's your case is never going to resolve till you get before a judge. That's what needs to happen now.
Okay.
And
So
when you
what?
go before the judge, you'll adjust your status. If you don't have a date, that's a problem. Do you have a lawyer?
I have a lawyer, but I just need if you can help me out.
Yes, I can. Hold on. If that's your question, can I help you? The answer is yes. Andrea in Brooklyn.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, my daughter, she already get 2 years. She married and put in her 2 years. She get 2 years, and she sent back for her 10 years in October last year to remove the condition to get the 10 years.
Right.
And the our 2 year green card was gonna happen on the 9th of November, which the same day they cashed the check.
Okay.
But she haven't get any receipt, nor no letter, nor nothing at all. We haven't hear back from them to hear what is there.
So she never got an extension letter?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you go? I would call immigration. They probably sent an extension letter to her, and it got lost in the mail or something like that, and requested a duplicate copy.
But we keep calling and we're not getting through.
So then, can you go online and make an InfoPass appointment and get a temporary stamp in the passport? If you can't do either, then it's time to get a lawyer involved.
Pardon me?
If you can't call them and speak to them, and you can't go down to immigration, then the next step is to get a lawyer involved.
Okay, if we can't go down there or call them to speak to them, the next step we can get a lawyer, right?
That's what I would suggest. Hold on. Let's go to Ruth in Anchorage.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, thank you.
Ruth, how can I help you?
I applied for my father I-130 back in April 2021. And I got approval last October.
Great.
And last October 2021.
Okay.
And then I submit all the supporting documents and everything. But until now, I didn't get any response from them.
You submitted all your supporting documents to who? The National Visa Center?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they're backed up at the U.S. Embassy. This is in the Philippines?
Yeah, in the Philippines.
They're backed up everywhere. So unless, again, there's some humanitarian reason that this case needs to be expedited, when did you submit all your documents? When was your case documentarily qualified?
November. I submit all the documents in November.
Was your case documentarily qualified, meaning you paid the fees, did the affidavits of support and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, in November.
Yes.
So it's been 6 months now where you completed everything at the National Visa Center and still no answer.
Yes.
And have you contacted them? What are they saying?
I didn't contact them. I'm just waiting for the response.
All right. Well, I'm not certain that you completed all your documents if the case got approved in October and you completed everything in November. That sounds pretty fast to me because there's a series of documents that go back and forth. So I'm not certain that you did it. So I think, without me seeing your records and seeing what you did, it's hard for me to tell you advice. I think you need a consultation. Hold on. Let's go to Akram in Chicago.
Little short.
Akram.
Yeah.
Hi. Akram.
Okay, so what I was trying to say is, hello.
Hi, Akram.
Hello. Yeah. Hi, Brad. Just a second. Yeah, Brad. This is a follow-up question from yesterday. So the lady who is if you remember yesterday, I talked about the F2B case and the beneficiary if he need to file a new
Right, because he got
I-130.
married before the father or the mother became a citizen.
He got married after the father became the citizen.
Oh,
So
he
you
did.
suggested that Yeah, you suggested no need to file the new I-130.
Correct.
He needs to yeah. So the reason I was calling back because there is one lady who in a community services who is handling her case. So she suggesting few things which I think is she's misguiding or his father, that will be a problem. So what she's saying is she will file a new I-130 for her.
No, because you're getting why get a new priority date? That's crazy.
Yeah, and the second thing she's saying that, and my question is, if she somehow files a new I-130, will there be an issue for the current I-130 which is pending?
You'll just have two I-130s. It's a waste of time and money.
Okay, and the second question is...
Your father's better off, or the petitioner's better off, to pay my consultation fee, which is cheaper, than paying a new filing fee to the government, and I'll tell him exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah, sorry. The second question I have, Brad, is she is also saying that she will write a letter to the embassy saying that his son is waiting for 8 years and to speed up his case. Is it a possible thing, or anyways she has to wait?
No, she's all full of crap.
Okay, and the last thing before thanks, Brad.
So
the last
both
thing
things she's doing doesn't help the situation. What's the last question?
Okay, the last question, Brad, is there any such petition where a father-in-law can directly file for her daughter-in-law and his grandson with a parallel petition running for his son? Is there anything in the U.S. immigration?
No such thing.
Okay, thank you, Brad.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Let's go to Casundo in Newark.
Hello. Yes. Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. You?
Good. What can I do to help you?
Yeah, so I would like to know, I have my child's biometric to go, but when we first come in 2015, he was like 16, he was like 2 years. After my interview, so they just sent me a letter for him to take a biometric. So I would like to know if I just have to go with his old passport.
Who's sponsoring who? I didn't fully understand.
Oh, no. I didn't say that someone sponsored me. I said that I have my child biometric to go. Later, that they send me for him to take his biometric. So I would like...
Who is this? Your son's biometrics you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay. He doesn't have any identification?
Yes.
How old is he?
He's 8 right now.
Does he have a passport?
Yes.
Then take his passport. That's what you use.
Okay. Even if the passport is like
if the passport's expired, it's better than nothing. Take it.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. By the way, if you didn't get your immigration questions asked and answered, you can always follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein. You follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein. You can drop me a DM. I'll be happy to answer your questions as best as I can. You can also follow us at Brad Show Live. You follow us at Brad Show Live. You don't like 2 hours of Brad and Yo-Yo, but you like 30 seconds. Instagram, Brad Show Live. And of course, you can follow us on our fastest growing TikTok, our fastest growing social media platform, TikTok, where you can ask your question of me and you will get a personalized video back. I can't answer them all, but if you're lucky enough, you'll get a personalized video back with me answering your legal question for the entire world to see. Yo-Yo?
And you guys can follow me at Yonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And later in the show, we will hear the second part of Yonathan's discussion with Spar Bernstein client Sally Jimenez about her immigration story to the United States and how the firm helped her and her family after years of struggling with their immigration status.
And in this VIP outtake phase, Sola Akintola, the Special Initiative Manager for the Mayor's Office in Pittsburgh, PA, gives us resource tips for non-citizens getting settled in the United States.
How does somebody who is watching this show right now, how do they contact their local government? What do they do?
I would say if you have access to a smartphone or Google, just literally type in your city, welcoming, use the key term immigrant, refugee, and come up. Even if you don't, if you guys have a 311, I would say call a 311. Like we have a 311 number that's free to use. You call that number and you could get routed to the appropriate department. And some 311s actually are equipped with language access. Here in the city of Pittsburgh, language access. So if you speak a different language, you're able to still communicate with someone because there's an interpreter on the phone.
311 is your call to your local government for any government services. Most cities do have it. And are there any particular websites you recommend?
If you go to welcomingamerica.org and just search for ways to contact, there when you click on the About button down, it says Contact Us. Reach out to them. And again, really incredible team of folks that they could actually route you to someone in your city that might be already be a member of Welcoming America to get you connected and get you plugged in. But welcomingamerica.org, great resource for you to have.
All right, social media check-in. Yo-Yo has been scouring our feeds both on YouTube and Facebook for the best issues, problems, and questions of the day. Or the latest issues, questions, and problems for the day.
Absolutely.
Or the most important issues, questions,
All of them that they put in. All of them.
All right, what do you got?
All right, God's Grace on YouTube. My mom filed for me. I'm an F1. However, she just retired. I'm going to need an affidavit of support. What documents does my affidavit need to provide?
3 years tax returns, a job letter, and a bank letter.
Will on YouTube. If a U.S. citizen files for her minor child who is an overstay visitor visa, will the child automatically be a U.S. citizen?
Only if the child gets his or her green card under the age of 18 and is residing with a biological parent who is a U.S. citizen.
Sanya Farkohasan Lawrence on Facebook. If your green card expired for more than 2 years, do you have to renew it before filing for your citizenship?
Green card, no, you do not have to renew your green card unless it's if you have the 2-year conditional green card, of course, but if you have a 10-year green card and it's expired for 2 years, you're still a lawful resident, just file your citizenship.
Conscious Yad Music on YouTube. I've been married for 12 years and was deported for overstaying my time in the USA after 10 years. How can I get things sorted out to get back in the USA?
I don't know why you were deported, so we would need to figure out why you were deported first.
Ahim Bisibibwe Fred on YouTube. Just Fred. My daughter came to the USA on a B1, B2 visa after she joined high school. He now wants to go to college, but we are both undocumented, and what can I do to get her documented?
How old is she?
So she's going to college, so.
Well, if she's under 21 and she's residing in a single parent home and you can demonstrate that it's not in the child's best interest to be reunited with the other biological parent because of abuse, neglect, or abandonment, special immigrant juvenile, she can get a green card.
Okay, Anu Chandra on YouTube. Do you know if I can get a surrogate kid from India without staying with it in India? Kid was born to green card parents and genetically from one parent and a donor.
You want to get a child that's born in India, you would have to file an orphan petition for him.
Okay. Annette Boyd on YouTube. My son got married to a U.S. citizen in Jamaica. She filed for him and daughter, but it's been almost a year. They've been waiting for their call to do medical. Can you do anything to speed up the process?
The only way to speed things up is to request a expedite for humanitarian reasons.
Tenwa Nathan on YouTube. I am a Ugandan in the Czech Republic for a short stay with my U.S. girlfriend. I've been denied the U.S. B1, B2 visa twice. What can we do to travel to the U.S. after our stay in Czech?
You have to prove that you plan on leaving. I don't know what ties you have to your home country.
Valentin Lili on Facebook. Can I marry someone who was just released from prison for 17 years for fraud?
Yes.
Tanya Henry on Facebook. I was in Arizona, but I've been back home in Jamaica since December. Can I get back into the U.S. in March? We don't know the status,
I don't know
right?
anything about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sophia R. Gray on Facebook. How long does it take to get your 10-year green card put in from 2021?
It should take, Oh, she has a 2-year green card right now, I assume? It's about 2 years process, the I-751.
Okay. Aisha Germs on YouTube. If a U.S. citizen filed an I-130 petition for her undocumented husband before April 30th, 2001, but the I-130 was not approved, is he grandfathered in, or does the petition have to be approved?
It has to be approvable when filed, so it depends on why it was denied. If it was denied for a procedural problem, but if it wasn't for the procedural issue, it would have been approved, then you're okay, you're grandfathered. If it was denied because they said this is not a real marriage or some other substantive reason, then it was never approvable when filed. So that's the key term. Would this case been approved had it been completed to the end?
SB Solanki MP Police on YouTube. Me and my wife got some retail theft charge in PA in the year of 2011 under $1,000, which is now resolved and expunged. My I-140 is approved from the year of 2016.
They called us on the phone.
From India.
And we don't know what they pled guilty to.
Ah.
So we got to figure it out. But I said it sounds to me like a petty offense, but I would not be filing anything until somebody actually reviews it. Don't take guesses.
Okay, Fontaine Vive on YouTube. Can you apply for a VAWA outside the USA after you overstay your visa, but were in the marriage in the USA, but had to go back because of the marriage being bad?
Absolutely.
Rita Brada Saha on YouTube. Petition for my father, R5 category in April 2021. The I-130 was approved. All the documents were submitted in November at CEAC website. What will be the next steps at the Manila Embassy?
This woman also called on, and we said that she says she's all done. I said, I don't know if you are, but assuming you are documentarily qualified, she's been pending now for 6 months. So she would either have to do a humanitarian expedite if in fact she completed everything. But I told her to contact a lawyer first, including myself if she wants to, because I said it sounded very odd that she was able to complete all this so quickly.
Okay. Oh, yes, I remember that. John on YouTube. If your asylum application was denied 10 years back, can you travel to your home country with a green card from marriage?
If your green card was what?
Your asylum application was denied 10 years back. Can you travel to your home country with a green card from marriage?
No, because they're going to say there was some fraud in the asylum case, obviously, because here you are going back now. Unless by luck and chance, country conditions have completely changed. But you're taking a chance every time you do that.
Okay, and last one, Felix Mumba on YouTube. What is the process to bring a relative from overseas on a visitor's visa or a fiancé visa?
Well, a fiancé visa is proof that you're going to... There's a big difference. A relative who wants to come on a visitor's visa has to show they're coming to visit and going to go home. What are your ties to your home country? Why you have to prove, it's not for the government to say, anything. You have to prove to the U.S. government you're coming to visit and leaving. Fiancé visa is completely different. You're coming to get married and staying. Those are two different visas.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, that's where we're at?
That's it.
All right, so yesterday we heard Yonathan's discussion with Spar Bernstein client Sally Jimenez about her journey from the Philippines to Jordan to America, and how the firm helped her and her family achieve her legal status. Today we're going to hear more about Sally and her family's story and how they have achieved their American dreams. Let's watch.
Hey, Brad Squad, it's Yonathan Elias here with Sally Jimenez. Now, Sally has been a client at Spar Bernstein for over 2 decades and is here with me today to share her immigration story to the U.S. and how, after years of struggling with her immigration status, she was able to secure green cards and eventually citizenship for her and her 3 children through Brad and Spar Bernstein. Welcome, Sally. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us today. So let's talk about, you coming to Brad and Spar Bernstein. How did that happen? What's the story on finding the firm?
My boss who sponsored me had 2 couples who work for him in the past. And Brad, I think, is the immigration lawyer. So he brought me there. He walked me to your office personally in 1997.
Well, we're happy that you are a part of the family. So when did you actually get your green card?
2005.
And then you got your kids here 2010.
Yes, but my first one, who is international student, also Mr. Brad fixed his working permit and green card. He was in college and I lost my job, so I was not able to finance him. And he was in the brink of deportation. And I seek other firm to help me, but they charged me like crazy and I was not able to afford it. So I go back Brad, and Brad really helped me a lot. But I advise that if you have this kind of case, always seek the professional, because if you made a mistake like me, it really take a lot of time and stress actually. So it's better to pay. And Brad is very good to give us a payment plan and no stress at all. He helped. So that's the reason why I want to share my testimony that he is amazing.
I love that. And that payment plan, I'm sure, helped out a lot.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I'm so happy that that happened for you because, you know, you deserve it. Now, all you and your children are citizens now, correct?
All of us. Thank God, finally.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. What did that mean to you?
It was tears and blood and sweat. A lot of pain and sorrow before I get that. I really struggled before I get that.
So now what's everybody doing now?
My daughter is a professional dental hygienist. She went to college here. She graduated 5 years ago, and she is now already graduated also in master degree. And my son already have 2 kids. The first one, 11 and 7 years old and working. And my middle son is graduated as a nurse in the Philippines and also working now here in America.
Wow. So it seems that, you know, the dream that you and your late husband had for your children, it came true. It was worth it at the end. The hard work was worth it.
Mission accomplished, and the good thing is I granted the death wish of my husband. I'm proud of myself. I can say that. Thank God for Brad and Bernstein. Without them, I cannot make it. So
yeah, and Brad actually helped your brother and his wife as well.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh.
After a year of my employment with him, he was able to sponsor my brother from Jordan, also with the wife. And they both American citizen now. Yeah, I think they came here 1998.
Oh, nice. So I do want to touch on something real quick. So who is this Superman that I heard about?
I'm 20 years widow, and God bless me a nice, amazing American guy. Tomorrow will be our 22 months engagement.
Oh, congratulations.
Never married, amazing guy, a godly man, very decent and very respectful guy. I'm so blessed. Yeah, all the pain and the sadness is paid off.
You're absolutely worth it. You are so strong. And it's because of you that all of this happened, you know, for your kids. So I'm sure they really appreciate you. They won't take that for granted.
Yes.
I want to know, what is your American dream?
My American dream? I want to taste everything here. No, the American dream is to, not only for my kids, but also for me. When you grow up in poverty, you always want to dream. And America is amazing. My late husband and my first son really love America so much, and because here there are lots of opportunities. Everybody are there is no poor, there is no rich. It's like I can say it's like equal here, you know, unlike other places that if you are made, you are really made. But here, you are like, they treat us very good, and it's really amazing. Lots of freedom, and I think this is the milk and honey.
Yes. I love it. Well, Sally, I want to say thank you so much for you sharing your story. I know it was difficult to let it out, but you're helping so many people just with your journey.
Yeah, I just have one advice to them. Do not lose hope. Keep the faith. Dream big. It's free. And also, do not be discouraged if something wrong, and keep praying, trust God, and trust yourself.
Yes.
And be determined and not afraid to speak up, because it really helps.
Yes.
Don't do anything bad. Otherwise, you'll have problem. When you live a right life and work good, hard for the family, you will be fine.
Wise words, Sally. Thank you so much. And to those that are watching, if you or anyone you know needs immigration legal assistance, please call Spar and Bernstein at 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465 for a private consultation. Sally, again, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course.
More power to all of you, and God bless.
God bless you too.
Life is good because God is good. Woohoo! Let's go. Rock and roll.
I love Sally.
That was very funny.
I love Sally.
I wasn't expecting that. At the
No,
end.
she's awesome.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She gave us a lot of emotion.
And she got a new boo.
She got a new boo, Superman.
Yeah.
You saw how she she lit up when I asked about Superman.
All right, good for her. She got it all.
Yeah. Thanks to you guys.
She really does have it all.
Yeah, thanks to you guys though. She really does thank you and the firm for that.
Nice.
And she brought her family into as well. You helped her family as well. So that was a beautiful story.
It was really nice that she contacted us to come on. We didn't even contact her.
It's a great ending of the story too.
Yeah. All right, you ready to do speed round?
Let's
do it.
Do it. We're doing 10, y'all. We're doing 10.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, don't forget 10.
Okay,
We're doing 10.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it. We got to get 50 seconds on the clock. Doing 10 questions. All right,
I'm getting I'll get my countdown. Is it easier if my American wife files for my son?
Yes.
How long does it take for a fiance visa to get approved?
At least 9 months.
Is it safe to have a baby in the U.S. while undocumented?
Of course.
Can you travel to Mexico and Canada with a green card?
Yes.
Can a green card holder file for their parents?
No.
Are DACA recipients eligible for FHA loans?
No.
How long can a naturalized citizen stay outside the U.S.?
Forever.
Can U.S. citizens ask the asylum in South America?
Can U.S. citizens what?
Ask for asylum in South America.
I don't know anything about South American asylum.
As an international student, can I get married in the U.S.?
Of course.
Can I get a green card if I go fight in the Ukraine war?
No.
Wow. Wow.
It's not the United States of America.
Yeah.
You don't get a green card for fighting for another country.
Fight in the Ukraine war, maybe for America? But like that we got that. I'm so happy.
I can't dance anymore. I don't know why. Getting old.
Oh, please. You were just dancing last week.
I was just dancing last week. Maybe I just feel tired today.
I think that's what it is.
All right, comments of the day.
All right, y'all. First comment of the day. Ohineba Nase saying, I'm so excited to hear your voice, Brad.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you.
We like that. And our second comment of the day.
That blue looks really good.
It does, right?
Yeah, that's the comment of the day. The blue
looks good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, this is actually talking about Roy from Hump Day News. People do casual dating before they are sure they want to settle down with just one for the rest of their life. Simple. Otherwise, a breakup every 2 years wastes time. Sounds like something nice.
Okay.
All right. I like that, Anu.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
He likes his casual.
The casual
hookups too.
dating.
Yeah.
You got to test drive.
You got to drive around the block.
Yeah.
Every day for 2 years before I decide to buy it.
All right.
But you know what? The old. What the mother of the woman always says, though. What is it? Why buy the cow if you get the milk for free?
Oh, if you get the milk for free.
Right.
Which is true. It's true. It makes sense on both ends.
All right.
All right, and our last comment of the day comes from Elizabeth Francis saying, Uncle Brad is the real immigration guru. Please make your consultations. Make it a date. Don't be late.
All right.
Ooh, coming for Jeremy.
Right.
Make it a date. Don't be late.
I like that. Little J Rhymes competition.
Yeah,
All right. Tomorrow's Wacky World News. We'll be back live a little bit after 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in our New York City studios. Until then, have a great day. Or night.
So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here.
Forget it. I'll do it.
The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?